Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading is from the new moon in Sagittarius on November 26th until the new moon in Capricorn on December 26th. As you guys know, being Sagittarius, cross watchers are also welcome, but Sagittarius is a fire energy ruled by Jupiter. So this is a great time to go on an adventure and explore with your heart, because Jupiter is also the planet of luck, so we'll have luck on your side. Sagittarius is the I master energy of the zodiac. So this reading will explore what you need to initiate to bring yourself to a higher level of authority or understanding about the world around you. It's a great time to search for truth, peace of mind, freedom, travel, adventure, deal with legal issues. It's a great time for faith and optimism, finding solutions and overcoming excess. So any of you dealing with maybe, eating, excess eating or drugs, alcohol, or work or anything like that. This spread is a new moon spread, and it's meant to identify your intentions for the upcoming cycle. As many of you guys know, I do individual readings for each sign, for the full moon and for the new moon. This is going to be a 6-card spread, so with the bottom card from the deck as the overall energy to show you what you need to learn in order to cultivate and eventually manifest your intentions during the full moon or before the next new moon in Capricorn. So let's go ahead and get started. As I'm doing this reading, I'm just going to ask that you guys give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something you like to do. And I just want to send you guys a huge thank you for showing me all of your love and support with your comments, your subscriptions, and I just want to thank you for being on this journey with me. Okay, my dear Sagittarians, let's go ahead and get into this reading. So angels, ancestors, spirit guides, loved ones who have passed, and spirit, please tell Sagittarius what they need to know for the Sagittarius new moon. Okay, your overall energy here is the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer energy, and the Page of Cups is somebody who is very well dressed. He's somebody who is learning and developing his psychic abilities. He's somebody who's exploring his emotions, somebody who can often be in love with love. Now, he wants to make an offering because he has received this cup, which he's in the process of just sort of trying to hone his abilities and figure out his place in the world. Now, I am using the After Tarot, and the After Tarot shows us the typical Rider-Waite images and what happens, a few seconds or a few minutes afterwards. Okay, and here we have the page, and his fish has jumped out. He's a little bit surprised, but it's all about this learning process and being very emotionally attached to something, or becoming emotionally attached to something, but also figuring your way out and around whatever this is that you're dealing with, my dear Sagittarians. Okay. The first card out is the Hanged Man. So this represents where you are right now in your lives, Sagittarians, and this is all about taking a step back. It's all about meditating. As many of you know, we've come out of Mercury retrograde on November 20th, and the Hanged Man represents, is that sort of meditative period, and Mercury retrograde was a time to pull back and give yourself a second chance, give people and situations a second chance for healing and for clearing. And the Hanged Man is doing just that. He's surrendering to spirit, to his thoughts, looking for inner guidance, trying to figure out the solutions, and not really worried about, charging forward, okay? Because there is something here that's emotionally kind of baffling for you, my dear Sagittarians, okay? So the Hanged Man is also receiving some sort of help or guidance. This is, this can be somebody in your life who's coming to, just just check in on you while you've sort of pulled back, see if everything's okay. And or it's spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, your spirit guides, nourishing you and telling you you're doing the right thing. You've done a good job. Now, what's blocking you from growing, or what you need to leave behind here is, something that this Three of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, it embodies that. But oftentimes it's work and it's being the apprentice. So maybe there is a certain job that's holding you back from, your real passions and your desires. It could be a third party situation, although I don't really get that in this reading, although in the typical Three of Pentacles, there can be three people involved, but now that other person has left and the artist is there to admire the work that he has created. But he has created a work of art with this little, it looks like a child who's carrying very, very heavy burdens. So this person, the Hanged Man, is this very reflective, meditative energy. Maybe something that's holding you back is looking at your life, everything that you've done and created, but trying not to focus on how difficult things have been or how difficult things are. At some point, I'm getting Sagittarius, you might feel like you're alone on this journey, and Spirit really wants me to let you know that you are not, that you don't have to be alone. So it's okay to collaborate, and there are definitely people around you that are willing to help you. And if you don't feel like there's any people, then it's definitely your angels and your spirit guides and that sort of thing. The intentions you need to set in order to grow is Judgment. This is a very powerful card, and this is answering your calling. So don't let any sort of past, disappointments or, past feeling like you've been abandoned and like you've been alone. In each one of these cards, we have another person, except for this Page of Cups. So I'm getting this Page of Cups is really that feeling of loneliness, feeling like, can somebody help me out here? I don't really know what's going on. I've never had to really put a fish in a cup before, and so I think you're sort of feeling like that, there are past feelings of abandonment, or like you weren't, like the people weren't collaborating. And this could be in your home, this could be at work, it could be on your spiritual journey. But what you need to, what intentions you need to set are just to follow your calling no matter what. And you can see here, it's interesting because normally there are more people being, there's a whole family. Okay, there are three people. But I'm getting you focused on as being like taking this beginner mind to whatever it is that you have your sights set on, and whatever is for your highest good. What you found through this meditation, I'm thinking a lot of lessons you've learned during Mercury retrograde, have really taught you, okay, leave the past behind. Okay, leave that burden and the hardship behind, and where it is, your whole life is a work of art and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. But now it's time to commit to whatever higher calling this might be. Now it could be art, it could be another job, it could be maybe you're starting a new class, a new course, maybe some of you in the healing arts, okay, or whatever. The knowledge you need to gain in order to aid in the cultivation of your intentions, this is patience, okay? And this is patience being a virtue, and this is like looking in on your investment and knowing that nothing will come, overnight, that there's no instant gratification. Well, there's no instant gratification, but in general, this is going to be a long process, especially if it's some sort of enlightenment, some sort of up-leveling. Again, it could be the stirrings of a romantic relationship here, because I do have the Page of Cups, and then underneath that I do have the Seven of Cups, and that sort of confusion and, having a lot of different options and being presented with a lot of abundance, but maybe you've decided on one person, or one goal, or, what you've decided. You've really, I think, meditated on your life's purpose, okay, and what you need to know. Okay, so the knowledge you need to gain is just sort of that day to day, hit the books if you're studying, do your coursework, do your practice, do the research that's necessary, okay? That's really important, and that's more Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy coming through. Now, the positive energy that will emerge during this phase, I love this, because again, you're going to see that you're not alone on this journey, because I'm getting that you are feeling kind of abandoned, either by spirit or by, your partners or your romantic partner or your family, or that you've been, taking on all of the responsibility by yourself. And I think that's been quite difficult for you. But the Four of Swords is some sort of rest and some sort of respite. light that's coming to you, and then also that all of these answers you have within, and they come from meditation. And I just love that, you know, where you are, you might not be able to see how much support you have from the universe, and maybe from people or your spirits, your angels, your ancestors, and that sort of thing. So really pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities. And if you have to take some time alone and meditate to do that, you know, that's going to be so beneficial. And I think that's the positive energy that's going to emerge, is like you're going to feel, you know, like you're not alone. Now, during this transformative Scorpio energy we've just been through, you know, a lot of you might have been feeling like, what is going on? You know, this is a crazy period. But don't worry, Sag. I see a lot of rest. I see you guys answering your higher calling and, you know, being at peace with this whole situation. All right, so here we do have the door to romance. So for some of you, this is going to be talking about a romantic relationship. All right, and I think that it's been a real struggle for you with the hostilities card coming out. Okay, again, the door to romance, I don't always read it as, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic situation. It could be anything that's extremely heartfelt. And that really, really makes sense here with the Page of Cups. So for some of you, it is those romantic stirrings. Maybe you're in a relationship with someone and you've experienced difficulties, especially during Mercury retrograde, when a lot of us had to sort of be on our own. You know, we couldn't take everybody on that journey with us and that transformation that we experienced during Scorpio period. Okay, so and I'm getting these are the hostilities. I'm getting that because of the hostilities you were experiencing, you know, you had to go into this hanged man mode, this surrender mode. Okay, really in order to figure out what it is that, you know, you wanted, what you needed, what you desired, and that came from the full moon in Taurus as well. You know, but ultimately you're going to realize you're not alone, that spirit has your back, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, that everyone is working behind the scenes to bring you, you know, bring you into balance, and to, you know, and to manifest you and your spirit and your spirit guides, and everybody is working behind the scenes to manifest what's for your highest good. Okay, and I love that door to spirit. For some of you, this is just going to be a spiritual journey that you guys are going on. You might be taking up yoga or Reiki or meditation, okay, or any of those sorts of things. So traveling lightly, I love this. So my Sagittarians, you guys are travelers, adventurers, and this is the season to do that. So it's simplify your life. I love that, you know, and I think that's what you guys are in the process of doing. You know, you're learning. I think that's why you're in that hanged man surrender mode. Okay, and enjoy the journey. Spirit is saying, you know, we're all on a path to happiness. You know, pack lightly, you know, so that you can experience more, and that, you know, you have less burdens. Let go of the past. You know, we see this artist here looking at this work of art that he's created. That's his whole life, and he's, you know, and he's looking at himself as a younger person. So as a child, these past hurts, disappointments, all of the responsibilities that you guys have taken on, you know, that maybe, you know, you need to let go of some of those burdens, and move forward. And I just, you know, that is just such beautiful energy, you guys. So I'm just going to pull additional cards for you, Sagittarius. So what messages do Sagittarius, I can't speak today, what messages does Sagittarius need to hear for the Sagittarius new moon? What messages do we have for Sagittarius with this new moon? Okay, excellent. We have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yeah, that's really great, because you are in this hanged man energy, okay, and you will have to step out of it eventually so things can grow and change. So we have this travel and enjoying the journey. So it's time, you know, you've surrendered, you looked for the answers, you've taken that time out, okay, and now it's time to bring in that change that we started, or maybe that we saw coming to fruition in Scorpio period, and now it's time to take off towards 2020. But remember that patience is necessary. Now we had the Seven of Pentacles, which represents patience. So that is just further confirmation from Spirit here that you accept that everything happens in divine order, and everything happens for a reason. Even those, you know, those hostilities that we're experiencing here, that maybe, you know, that, you know, I think you were just running up against, you know, just conflict and issues, and you've had to pull back and figure out, whoa, okay, something here is out of balance. You know, I need to follow my heart's desire. I need to align that with my soul's journey, you know, and being in that hanged man surrender mode is really good. And I'm hoping that that has really helped you guys release those past burdens so that now you guys can simplify your life and start to enjoy the journey. You know, and Spirit is saying this is what it's all about, you know, and open that door to Spirit. This is one of my favorite cards. Now, the final message from Spirit is transformation. Yes, I love this. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. And you have the butterfly maidens. So for some of you, you might have butterflies. That is important symbols and signs for you. Sorry about the camera. That might be how Spirit communicates with you. For others of you, you know, this is really all the work that you've put in during Scorpio season, which we might see here, where you were maybe feeling like this beginner. You might have been feeling a little bit confused. Okay, but I love this because underneath that we do have the Wheel of Fortune card, which is all about, you know, big change, many blessings. Okay, and this big change, you know, when, you know, this Seven of Cups, you know, the Seven of Cups in the upright, you know, you were, you know, you couldn't figure out what to do and how to, you know, you were experiencing confusion and conflict. So you put yourself in that hanged man mode, which is just so awesome because I get that you guys were really proactive and that's how you faced adversity during this Mercury retrograde period. You know, and you were able to, and now you will, especially now that you have the moon moving into Sagittarius, you know, you'll really be able to enact that change and experience the fruits and the blessings of this transformation that you guys have been through. All right. And it's going to be a beautiful, wonderful journey that you're meant to enjoy. So, you know, so also I'm getting fox here might be really important. And there's definitely travel up ahead for you Sagittarians. So I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. And I hope you guys have a beautiful new moon in Sagittarius.